What's going on, guys? Scopamar TV here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about parenthood. We're going to review a clip of Michelle Obama talking about the strains that happen in relationship once you become parents. Let's listen to what she got to say and come back with our 2 cents.
Right.
But the minute we had kids, it was like, where are you going? And how far? And you start measuring, it's like, how many diapers did you change? And, oh, you're golfing? Oh, you got time? Oh, you got time to golf?
Let me say this before the clip finishes. Do not get married if you do not plan to have kids. Kids will separate you. Let's keep it going.
How you at the gym all the time?
Why you in my brain right now? I'm like,
that's when all the measuring starts, because you got this project.
Yes.
And guess what? Little kids, they're terrorists. They are. They have demands. They don't talk.
Right.
They're poor communicators.
Yes.
They cry all the time. They're irrational.
They're selfish.
Needy. And you love them more than anything.
Oh.
And so you can't blame them.
No.
Right? Because look, they're cute, and he's so cute. And look at him throwing his plate. That's so cute. So you turn that ire on each other.
Yeah. Right.
But the minute we had...
Okay, so there's a clip. Let's talk. The caption says, Steph Curry, Barack Obama, LeBron James are part of the most elite black men in modern society, and their wives still got something to complain about. Listen, I'm not saying that women should never complain if they are feeling stressed out, overwhelmed because of children, because of marriage. Most definitely complain, most definitely try to find a solution. This is part of, parenthood that no one talks about unless you have a very strong community around you. And I'm talking about grandmother, grandfather, uncles, aunts, or people that are willing to help you when you get a newborn baby or a child. You are going to have a very difficult time. I always like to sit back and look at how good people have it when they're dating, when they're going out and they're going on vacations together. They're having all this beautiful time spent. And when it's time to share that time with a third person, that baby comes in the relationship and people lose their minds. They're not able to ration time. They're not able to put their own selfish needs to the side, which is why most people don't last. And like she said in the clip, you will start to measure how much fun the other person is having. Now, take for example, we're going to talk about the ladies. More than likely, if you're a hardworking man, your woman will be home more than you with the baby. Now, what tends to happen is she's going to see you going to work. And at some point, you going to work is more fun than her staying home with the kid. Even more fun than her staying home, period. I've went through this during COVID. I'm not going to put too much of my business out there, but trust me, everything Michelle Obama said was spot on. I'm saying? You are not able to have any fun if she's not having fun. I mean, you see this trend going on TikTok, even when women are saying they lost their spark, showing pictures of when they used to be young and vibrant, and the minute they have a child, they feel as if life is over, which is not true. It just takes a little bit of adjustment. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, is that yes, kids are very stressful. Yes, kids can be, like she put it, terrorizing the home. But at the end of the day, you are in control because you're the parent, and you have to be able to ration time, sacrifice a little bit here and there in order to find your happy place. But what tends to happen, like I said before, women tends to measure the men's fun. You are not allowed to have a hobby once you become a new parent. If you find yourself having too much fun, she's going to start criticizing you, probably accusing you of doing things behind her back. And this is all a part of their depression and trying to feel loved, trying to feel like a person. Like I said, one of the saddest things for them is to not have too much human interaction. It's just them and the baby, and then they start to lose their minds and taking it out on you, the man, and the baby. So even though this post is saying that Steph Curry and all these people, all these other black men are elite. Their wives have something to complain about. This is the one thing that I realize about money and status. Money and status do not change the human inside of you. It doesn't change your thought process about things that are discomforting. It doesn't change, how you see certain things in your partner, because once you get money, it's just that you have more money than other people. You're still the same person. So the fact that, yes, they're going to say that they had issues with their husbands when the baby was first born. Yes, they got all the money in the world. They could get maids and everything like that. But at some point, those people got to go home, and you got to face reality that you got a kid you got to take care of. And it becomes a contest about who is spending more time, who is doing what, and why aren't you helping me with this? And this is why people tend to fail at parenting. And eventually, sometimes, if you are not strong enough, it will end up collapse your whole marriage. Like I said, if you're planning to get married, make sure it's for the purpose of having a child. If not, I would say don't do it, because it is very stressful, trying to raise a child, and people tend to leave each other when they're not married. So if you want your kid growing up in a good, stable environment, best believe it's better to get married first and have that connection, have that, I would say, skin in the game, because it's going to be a very hard fight for the first 3 to 4 years. And after that, you guys can take a step back and start to revisit love. Let's get into the comments and see what people got to say. Someone says, you can give a woman the world and she'll look you dead in the face and ask what happened to the stars. Wow. Listen, I'm not saying, right, that they're not supposed to complain. Definitely complain. Do what you got to do. But I can understand the guy's point of view. Like, why are you complaining? You're Michelle Obama. Why are you complaining? You're, Kelly Rowland. You guys have everything. But in their minds, they're no different than you. Trust me. You can only eat so much food for the day. Whether you're eating caviar or whether you're eating, cookies or some cheap McDonald's food. Once your stomach is full, it's full. So no matter how much money you got, you can only eat so much food for the day. You can only buy so much cars in a day. You know what I'm saying? So your level of joy only spikes for a certain time throughout the day. It's not like because you have all this money, you're happy all the time, right? So let's keep it going. Someone else says, and their wives are some of the most elite black women. Your point? Like I said, people have the right to feel how they want to feel. Someone says, I didn't know elite is a meant exemption from having real human experiences. Interesting. Like I said, it doesn't matter if these men figured out how to get to Mars by tomorrow. It's not going to stop a woman from feeling how she feels. And women operate in a feeling mode. So basically, if she's feeling like you're not helping with that kid, she's going to be miserable. She's going to be very miserable. So I would say, if I had to give advice to somebody, date somebody that you love, but at the same time, if you can find somebody you love that has a community around them, and I'm talking about a mother that actually cares about them, meaning that a grandmother that would help you with your kid, that is 80% of your problems out of the door right there. 80% of your problems. When they said that it takes a village to raise a child, it was no lie. It was no lie. And for us modern people that tries to go against that old narrative of the village, trust me, it's rough. And I think because we're living in a society where we don't have a village like we used to, we don't have grandmothers that want to be grandmothers, we don't have grandfathers that really care to watch any kid, or uncles or whoever. We don't really have that community anymore. People are more living a solo lifestyle. It is very difficult to be parents in this new modern age. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about, Michelle Obama and the other ladies feeling, bothered when they first had their kids. Let me know what you guys think. Should they be happy that they're rich and shouldn't have these problems, or are they human? Until next time, guys, Scopemart TV, I'm out.